Hey, what's up you crazy kitty cats? It's Elder here. Firstly, I would just like to say this video has taken me far longer than expected, and I do apologize for being late. The people that are involved with this particular mystery are either inactive or not very receptive to questions about the history of A858 holistically, so I do again apologize for being late. With that out of the way, today we're going to be looking into the mystery of A858. If you haven't heard of A858, it was a strange subreddit made in 2011 that contained lines upon lines of code. Just at a glance, it's nothing more than lines of code, but as with any code, there's generally a way to crack it. So when the mainstream Redditors discovered this sub, they set out to crack everything in it almost instantly. They even created a subreddit to solve it, which brought the attention of many more intelligent people. Whenever all these people started to flood into the subreddit, however, it went private out of nowhere. This was pretty much the story of the subreddit over the years. It would be open; if it drew too much attention from other media sources or other people, it would get privated. After many failed attempts to crack the code to no avail, there were constant questions over what the purpose of it was. Obviously, it was crackable. Obviously, it meant something. They had gotten some pieces, but the people didn't know why. Like, what was this for? Was it some marketing stunt? Was this some Redditor trying to contact intelligent people like Cicada? Are the people that are doing this just studying human behavior? These were just a few of the theories that were in the subreddit. What made uncovering anything so hard on A858 was the fact that most of the messages weren't just encoded, rather that they were encrypted. Encrypted is a lot harder because it's like two keys rather than one. However, solvers found in some messages funny Easter eggs throughout. Eventually, the person or group behind A858 posted on the Solving A858 subreddit, which is a whole subreddit dedicated to solving, the mysterious code. It was quickly found out that they were trying to do an AMA on the Solving A858 subreddit, which for the first time ever allowed direct questions and answers. This is what one Redditor said about the interaction with the people. This sparked somewhat of a renewed interest in the original subreddit, and there were multitudes of fresh people solving puzzles faster than ever before. Eventually, there was a post on the subreddit explaining that the project has concluded and that everyone could unsubscribe. This shocked many Redditors that felt like they hadn't gotten any concrete answers after all of their digging, or any reasoning for all of their hard work, or even where it went. After they said that they were going to have a purpose, that it was crackable, all of a sudden they say, hey, the purpose has been served, and everybody's kind of like, what? And that's kind of just stayed that way for a few years. Until an inquisitive mind set out to get answers not through puzzles, but through human interaction. The user Seismics got in contact with the person behind A858, the actual poster, who said that he was employed by an unknown, unnamed company to make these puzzles on the subreddit for an unknown objective, but it was probably commercial. Additionally, he said that most of the encrypted data was just random, so even if Redditors had used the right key, they wouldn't know it because it would have been gibberish regardless. Secondarily, throughout the puzzles, he put in a Dogecoin address and expected people to send money to it to be redistributed to the main solvers, which to me is an absolutely heinous idea. Why would anyone aimlessly send money to what could be anything? The creator then proceeded to say that the subreddit will stay open as somewhat of a relic of the past, but this is the end of it. This post disappointed many, but for me personally, all these questions and what this man has said is even more disturbing than what it originally could have been, and leaves me with a lot more questions than the original mystery of just codes. Why bother to encrypt or encode random data if it's gibberish and you wouldn't know when you solved it? And that would kind of essentially make it unsolvable, so the whole Dogecoin thing, it just doesn't make any sense. I wonder how many were actually solved by the Redditors but never posted just because it was pure gibberish. Secondly, if it was for a commercial purpose, why did the subreddit discourage having too much attention by going private when they felt that too many eyes were on them? If too many people were posting about it or it was getting too much attention, they would instantly private the subreddit. If it were commercial, you would want to have as many people as possible trying to solve it or at least be interested in it. And it's not like they were afraid of it being solved because most of it was gibberish that they knew was essentially unsolvable. And thirdly, Dogecoin thing is absolutely dumbfounding. Who would send money to an unknown group? It could be a terrorist group or a cult. If there were meant to be prizes, why didn't the company fund them rather than trying to, like be cryptically crowdfunded? Finally, why would this company be unknown, unnamed, contacting a random person to make a subreddit with codes on it that meant nothing? Other than just a waste of time, this raises way more questions to me than answers, and I hope somebody eventually could figure out the why. It's just a really crazy thing. If you look up on the internet, there's plenty of stuff about this, but really when it comes down to it, it's solved in a sense, but the real question is why. And the why I don't think is ever going to be known, considering the company is unknown, unnamed. Not even the person that was hired by the company knows who they are. So I think that's really strange. With that being done, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. It took me a while to look into this, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. If anybody has any more information on this, feel free to show me in the comments section. Also, like this video if you haven't heard of A858 before, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. I hope you guys have a great day.